Okay, so here we go. Day 2. Not bad.
Not bad at all. In fact, I thought once again I would wake up to rain, but that did not happen. And you know, I watch everything. And I was looking at my day 1 weather prediction video that got a lot of numbers. So I was, looking for opinions. What are people thinking? Because it was true. Hour by hour, the weather prediction came true. At
And
11 it rained.
I like
At
the
4
video.
it rained.
Also 60%, 70% I found that funny. But I like that. I see everything.
But in the comments, people were like, "इनका नहीं सुनना ये हमेशा गलत देते हैं." Because in Manchester and all, how can you predict? But
No,
anyway,
but she's not the weather expert.
yeah, like
She
I
is-
don't make the predictions,
Obviously,
right?
she's the aggregator who is looking at all of the apps and giving you the information. So don't shoot the messenger.
Anyway, but everything was very right. And yesterday there was rain predicted in the morning.
तो आप यहाँ
Today
बैठ
there
क्यों नहीं
wasn't.
रहे हो?
मुझे बैठना नहीं है.
अच्छा, okay.
Do you want to
No,
sit?
no, I'm okay. I'm fine.
Yeah, we can maybe.
I'm absolutely fine.
half an
Halfway,
hour.
yeah, that's fine.
But the point here is, today there is a bit of rain expected post
What
10 a.m. Again, that first session part. 10 a.m. it's 50%. 11 to 3 p.m. there's 60 to 70% chance of
That's
rain.
a fairly high
exactly.
chance of it.
So
But
will
is
you
it a kind of yesterday's like
no.
not heavy?
No thunderstorm warning, no yellow, red, any other color that you can possibly
नहीं, red
think
तो
of.
flood हो जाएगा. But हाँ.
Orange.
हाँ, वो भी नहीं.
ऐसा कोई भी warning नहीं है आज. And it looks fine.
At the moment, it looks okay. But there
it
are
looks
these
fine
clouds
for
around,
now.
so it kind of makes sense to this prediction because it's what 9:17, 18, 9:20. So again, it could be a long day. It could be a 7:30ish kind of day because
And
if
we'll
there
be
is,
here till 9 p.m.
we'll be here till 9. I reached home. Yours is next door. I reached home around because one of the trains at the Oval got, for whatever reason,
But I left much later after I had sent
finished
everything
everything.
off. And
I
finished
got
everything
stuck at
off.
Elephant and Castle because the underground got stuck at Elephant and Castle for about 10-12 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's easy actually. I mean, the train station is from Oval to Elephant and Castle, and Elephant and Castle to Lambeth is just one station.
You could take the bus as well.
I can, but
333.
for
a
me, I
local
love
now.
the underground because it gets me
Oh,
quicker.
okay.
12 minutes, I'm there. So it's
Yeah.
actually one station. It takes 2 minutes from Oval
Yes.
to Elephant and
Yes,
Castle,
yes.
and 2 minutes from Elephant and Castle to Lambeth North. And then it's a 2-minute walk. So effectively, it shouldn't take me more than 15 minutes to get to the apartment.
Yes.
It took me 35 minutes yesterday because of that train delay.
Yeah, digressing from that point a little bit. Day before yesterday, I had an experience that was incredibly validating as a tourist in London. Someone actually came up to me, local. Someone actually came up to me and asked for directions on the tube. And I gave them the right direction. So,
A lot of people yesterday, in fact, one gentleman came
Yeah.
up and said, I want to go to Paddington.
How do I get there?
How do I get there? All the trains from here, by the way, from the Elephant and Castle trains, Queen's Park, Bank,
Yeah.
all of those trains go to
and this
Paddington.
is an incredibly
Charing Cross. Very
complicated
complex.
network.
Of course
so
it
if
is.
someone is coming and asking you, it means you look like a local.
But the point is, it is an unbelievably good network. If you can navigate the underground
It's
well,
perfect.
you have to, I mean,
And
it
I
will
have
get
been
you
able
there.
to. Yeah.
It's the best thing.
Yeah.
Get your Oyster, get zones 1 to 4 or your credit card, and you are good to go. Any time of the day, it runs till midnight. Yeah, I mean, don't get to midnight and get to areas which aren't safe here, because this city is no longer the safest in the world. You have to be a little smart. But if you are, like India was in that last star yesterday, you can navigate your ways for sure. I don't like this,
It needs to go. This needs to go. This has been ruining the view
know,
forever.
This electric gas kind of construction
We'll show
is
you.
oval. I don't like the inside. I don't like the apartments being built. I am nobody to say because they are making money. And I understand why this is happening because, by the way, this iconic round, the gas electric thing, that is oval. If you see
the
photograph,
metal thing.
correct, that round, that is oval. From the
okay.
1970s, that's oval.
So what is that?
It's a gas electric kind of thing, electric supplies thing. Now all of that is gone. If you can see, the constructions are getting done, so that structure will go. And all of these apartments which are coming up, penthouses are coming up, 1-2 bedroom apartments are coming up, they'll sell that. They will sell that and make money. Like you've seen the Travelodge
Yes.
next to the Oval Station is new. This is iconic oval. All of a sudden, I understand the money-making exercise, and that's what it is at the moment because this country is struggling. But these things will. This was so oval. Why is Swapnil writing what?
I hope it's not another. The
It's
internet
not ours,
copy.
right? Is Swapnil our backend or Neil our backend?
Neil is back in.
So then Swapnil's thing is not relevant. Oh, he's
Oh,
sending
he's
the
just
video.
video. Sorry, Swapnil.
So I for some reason this is an eyesore. This construction.
It really is. I mean, I was doing my little photography and just ruins
This one is an
everything.
eyesore. I mean, every time at the in fact, when you come to the oval for the first time, you might get lost in the area. That's your pointer that I'm at the oval.
Yeah.
So I'm actually in and around the oval, seeing that, and you know that okay, you're here. Like Vauxhall. The moment
Yes.
you're at Vauxhall, all you need to do is walk up and you're at Vauxhall.
Yeah.
Just this road. Just
Do you-
straight down for 4 minutes, you're at Vauxhall
Do
station.
you know there's
Cross.
this one pure vegetarian place
Where?
over at Vauxhall?
At the Vauxhall
Yeah,
station?
it's called the Shri Krishna Pure Vegetarian, SKVP. And they've got like 3-pound dosas and vada pav and pav bhaji
Nice.
and everything.
I've not been there, but you to like that walk, so you should just go to
I've gone
Vauxhall
there already.
and cross and keep going because on your
Till
right,
the Thames.
Thames is on your left.
Ah,
On the
okay.
right, you will see that Park
Vauxhall
Plaza
Park.
Hotel and all of that. And next to that are these fantastic Italian places. All of them. I think there is
Sun is out.
4 Italian places opposite the Thames. So you can buy your stuff, go there, sit down and have your food. I stayed there with Shormishta and Aisha one time, and our haunt was that. It was brilliant. But coming back to the game, sun is out. Hopefully this
I
stays
don't
like
trust
that,
this
and
sun,
yeah,
though.
the sun will go. The sun will go. But when you think back, I think this is my suggestion or my point. I think the Chris Wokes injury has evened things out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because yesterday as well, after I went back to my room, I was just trying to do this calculation of, how many runs can India get to? What is a safe total at this point? When we came out yesterday for the lunch live, I think by lunch, was Shubman Gill still there? Shubman Gill was there,
Yes,
I
he
think.
will,
At lunch, Shubman Gill was there, batting with Sai Sudarshan. That was the partnership that was going on. Both of them were looking quite strong. And you knew that in your hand you had a Karun Nair, you had a Ravindra Jadeja and a Washington Sundar who will come up and also get some good, real, strong partnerships. At that point, we thought 300, 350 conditions ke hisab se you have a Chris Wokes who is bowling, but you need to make sure that you have enough runs on the scoreboard. As things happen and as the conditions changed, you realize even till late in the day, you're getting a lot of swing. And Chris Wokes, that injury, it changed everything. Now that Chris Wokes is injured, and I do not see him coming back into this game unless he's a superhuman freak.
Were
or
you
something.
inside before you came out?
Yes, I
Did you
was.
get any information on
No,
Wokes?
no.
Not yet.
There was nobody in there, by the way. I was one of the first people inside. So
I'll ask Shomishta to see if anyone can
Yeah.
give some information on Wokes.
surprisingly, I think because a lot of people stayed very late last night, they're coming late.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. Anyway, the point here is now that Chris Wokes is out of the equation, I think 250, you get past 250 and you have a competitive total on the scoreboard. I don't think you have to aim for a 300 anymore. I do not think you have to go for a 270 anymore. You've got a Josh Tongue who will bowl. You've got 17 good overs to take on the old ball. You will have Jacob Bethel and Joe Root bowling. You will have Overton and
You think they will bowl spin in the first 17? I mean, maybe in
I
the
think
last
so.
5,
last 5-6 overs they will do it. But I don't think Overton or Josh Tongue have looked that dangerous. Gus Atkinson, yes. But again, Gus Atkinson was working like that or was functioning like that because there was a Chris Wokes on the other end. You have to remember that. So if you have a Gus Atkinson who's bowling well, but you have a Josh Tongue or Jamie Overton on the other end who is spraying it all over the park, then that pressure will not be made.
I'm adding 60 runs to the Indian second innings.
60 with,
Second
with
innings,
this
with-
Karun Washi partnership.
No, not the first innings. I'm
Okay,
adding,
okay.
the way I'm seeing this game, I'm actually trying to read the game ahead.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to, these two dogs keep coming here. They're so sweet.
So lovely. So
In fact,
lovely.
one came today when I was walking out of the apartment, sorry to digress, there was this little Lasha who comes, and Shorvishta's bag was on the floor. We were waiting for our Uber for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And the dog comes and enters the bag.
Oh my God.
And and Shobhita started saying, I mean, she obviously loves dogs, and this little dog, she comes and enters the bag and starts sniffing there, and
You know,
and I'm missing my Kuttu. I know he's
she's
wild,
better
but
than me. I would have picked up that bag and ran away.
no, I mean, dogs are allowed to do anything, and I'm missing Kuttu. I know
No,
Kuttu is
I mean,
unruly.
I would have taken the dog with me.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, we are all dog freaks here.
Yeah.
But Kuttu would, and we keep talking about he would go wild. I want to go and check out on him. But coming back, the reason I'm saying what I'm saying is, when I read the game on day 3,
Yes.
maybe even early day 4, I'm adding 60 runs to the Indian total in the second innings without Chris Wokes. Because without Wokes at the start to move the ball, without that second spell of Chris Wokes to have impact,
Yes.
and it's not just about picking wickets, it is also about building pressure so that wickets come from the other end. And that is beautifully done by Wokes. The two bowlers who
That's
have
what I was
stood out
saying,
for
right?
England,
Yeah.
one is Ben Stokes not there,
Yeah.
and the second is Chris Wokes.
Yes.
And Chris Wokes not being there. And by the way, this is assuming Chris Wokes is not going to play a part in this match anymore. Both of us feel that for him to come and bowl would be a medical miracle, which generally doesn't happen. If he and this is not batting like Rishabh Pant, that he comes hobbling down and bats. How does he lift his arm and then bowls is a very different proposition. So I am actually adding 50-60 runs to the Indian total in the second innings, which is what neutralizes my first.
204 at the moment.
Correct. So when you said 250, I would have otherwise said no. Yesterday also I said, today morning also I think 270, 275 is what I want to see. But frankly, 270, 275 is because, or 260, 270 is because I think you can add another 50 runs in the second innings, which India will get. The pitch will become different.
Yeah.
There is no Chris Wokes. India will have better control. So this game, yes, England for me is ahead, but only just.
Yes.
If this partnership,
far.
not far at all, if this partnership starts to build a little bit more, and Washington Sundar is one of those candidates who can frustrate any bowling attack, is adept against the new ball. Karun Nair is your number 3 batter in the series. So there is plenty there. And I read Gargi's column making that point yesterday. You must go and check. You guys, some of you must go and check our website, because the pieces are fabulous. She did a column on the number 8 batter and the importance of that call to play an extra batter. That all of us were debating that, and now look what's going on. Gautam Gambhir in hindsight will say that was an absolute masterstroke if India goes on to get 260, 270.
I don't think you have to look at it in hindsight. I thought, or maybe it's just me, because there were a lot of conflicting opinions on this matter. Everyone said that it was quite a defensive move.
Yeah, बोल लीजिए पहले point कर लीजिए फिर देखेंगे.
नहीं, सब लोग, everyone was saying that it was a defensive move. You should not go in with an extra batter. You should have Shardul Thakur because of the seaming conditions, this and that. But it's right in front of you. The reality is right in front of you. Shardul Thakur, the captain does not have faith in him.
As a bowler.
As a bowler, yes. As a bowler, Shardul Thakur has not earned the trust of the captain. You be it Leeds, be it the last game that we saw, 6 and 11 overs, that does not justify your position at all. Now, if you're going in with someone like a Shardul Thakur who's going to give you, yes, some overs and then a little bit of expertise with the bat, why not go in with a Karun Nair? I think that was pretty clear in my head, that call. A lot of people call it defensive, but I thought that was a perfect strategy that you could have gone in with, considering the circumstances. Because Jasprit Bumrah, look, this is the same bowling lineup that won you Edgbaston, right? I think with Washington Sundar, Ravindra Jadeja and the 3 pacers that we have, I think they are more than capable enough to cover up the absence of Jasprit Bumrah. But when it comes to Rishabh Pant, you really don't have. If a KL Rahul and a Shubman Gill fail, who else do you fall back on, right? Sai Sudarshan hasn't played that long innings that we're looking for. You essentially need 2 pure batters to cover up the loss of a Rishabh Pant. Maybe even 3 at this point, but you don't have 12 player thodi khilaoge. Anyway, but having Karun Nair made more sense. Having a Sai Sudarshan Karun Nair just made more sense. It wasn't about cushioning, it was about making up the loss of Rishabh Pant in these conditions. I think that was pretty simple.
This is quite interesting, you know. I mean, had it been 6 months back, imagine a serious journalist saying that, oh, India has a bowling attack to make up for Jasprit Bumrah. This is what you earn. I don't think ahead of Australia anybody would have had the temerity to say that India has a bowling attack to make up for the loss of Jasprit Bumrah. But that's what these guys have earned in Edgbaston. That's what these guys have earned in this series, that Jasprit Bumrah on occasions.
Wokes is practicing in the nets. Kisne bola bhai? Wokes is in the team bus. Obviously he'll come here.
वोक्स अगर बॉल डाल देता है तो वो तो बहुत ही आश्चर्य हो जाएगा.
Very dislocated to me. Now I
mean,
know.
If he goes on high, if he goes ahead and bowls, that's a medical miracle of humongous proportions. If Chris Wokes turns up to bowl, I don't know. I haven't seen Chris Wokes go and practice at the nets. I don't even know if England will risk that. So for me to jump the gun and say what I don't know is not something I will do. But haven't heard anything to the effect that Chris Wokes will turn up and bowl. If he does, like I am saying continuously, I will be extremely surprised. And I will leave it at that, that if Chris Wokes turns up and bowl, England will be obviously delighted, thrilled, the match will even up. But even if he does bowl, will he be 100%? I really doubt it.
Then that changes things.
Of course it does.
Then you'll need scoreboard. Then you'll need to put a good
But
total on the scoreboard.
come on, Gargi. I mean, what we saw yesterday after that, Chris Wokes turning up within 12 hours and starting to bowl, that's quite
Very
bizarre.
difficult. Very difficult. Super chat.
Yeah, please.
Abhishek Sharma. That green top at the oval significantly changes at the end of day 2 in terms of bounce and hardness. Will potentially make it favorable for the batters. I think
Day
it will
3,
ease
day 4.
out.
Day 3, day 4. But today will have assistance. And if the cloud cover stays on, like the prediction is for rain till about 3 p.m., there will be some drizzle for sure. I absolutely think that day 2 there will be conditions which will assist the bowlers. So what you are saying makes a lot of sense. Day 3, day 4, and that's why I said in the Indian second innings without a Chris Wokes, the match evens out, and you are playing 2 spinners who might just come into play on the final day.
Yeah.
So it will be very critical how much India gets, and will be very critical to see if Chris Wokes is actually available to England or not. If he is, then England is seriously ahead. If he is not, then England are very marginally ahead and India very much in the game. So I'll put it that way.
Okay, someone is asking, you versus me is asking, did you ask Siraj that people call him sir? Did not
No,
get
I haven't had a
to.
chance to.
Yeah.
Haven't had a chance to.
Match
But I
to
will
me.
ask him. And I will ask him to also say that don't call me whatever, crick buzz. Wokes ruled out of test. That's natural. I mean, this crick buzz doesn't need to say. Anybody with some logic has to say that. But until and unless there is a formal confirmation yet on that front, we haven't. But it looked like that absolutely.
Fitmonk, I'm very disappointed.
What happened? He's attacking you again for food?
No. He's saying unpopular opinion. Why can't Washington Sundar be permanent number 3?
No, because he's not a number 3 material in Test match cricket. He is a good lower middle order batter who in Indian conditions will be your premier spinner in the absence of Ravichandran Ashwin. What happened?
Keep going. No, I just Sharmishta sent me a message. I'm quickly checking. Camera is on. Go ahead.
Sending you.
Asking you to check message. Yeah.
Relief.
Okay. What? Washington Sundar at number 3. I don't think it's a fair
No.
call. Not when you have a Sai Sudarshan. Sai Sudarshan in that last test match showed you so much potential yesterday as well. He got out, and there was nothing, and I say this over and over again, there was nothing differently that Sai Sudarshan could have done at that delivery. For that delivery, it was a Jaffa of a delivery. Josh Tung bowled 2 good balls in the entire innings. He got wickets of both of them. Very similar balls, got both Sai Sudarshan and Ravindra Jadeja. But Sai Sudarshan is so technically sound. He can go aggressive when he wants to. He's got a very calm, steady head on his shoulders. You see that in his demeanor, very calm, very composed, not reactive. He's shown you so much talent and potential. Why would you not want to have him at number 3? Why does everyone keep batting for Washington Sundar at number 3? Is a debate I won't understand.
I'll tell you why. Because you see a couple of innings and we are so fickle, we make up our
Yeah.
minds. You see 100 here, 150 there, and all of a sudden you see number 3. Number 3 Cheteshwar Pujara, number 3 Rahul Dravid, number 3 Ricky Ponting, number 3 at one point Joe Root, number 3, that's number 3. Number 3 at one point even, these are specialist positions, 3, 4. These positions will define you. Have you seen that from Washington Sundar, that you're talking about Washington Sundar at number 3? One innings here, one innings there, and by the way, no one innings has come at number 3. No one innings has come at number 3. So what you are saying is, you try Washington Sundar at number 3 based on 100 that he has got at number 5, which was an outstanding innings, no debate. Based on a 50 that he has got at number 7, based on some runs that he has got when India was 411 for 6 in Edgbaston. What is the basis on which we are saying Washington Sundar at number 3? As I said, India's number 3 has been Rahul Dravid. India's number 3 has been Cheteshwar Pujara. While I've got all praise for Washington Sundar for the way he has batted in this particular series, let that young kid do the job that he's asked to do. He's asked to do the job of a spinner in Indian conditions as your premier off spinner after the retirement of Ravichandran Ashwin, because he will be your premier off spinner alongside a Ravindra Jadeja or an Akshar Patel and possibly a Kuldeep Yadav. That will be his primary job, not number 3. So I would say that this number 3 is perhaps asking a bit too much of the guy of Washington Sundar. Plenty of questions.
Karthik A. Gargi, do you think India are one fast bowler short on a green deck?
No.
No.
I mean, 3 proper fit fast bowlers who can bowl. Akashdeep is capable of bowling longish spells. Mohammad Siraj capable of bowling longish spells. Prasidh Krishna capable of bowling longish spells. And I think she answered it very well when she summed up the Shardul Thakur point that Shubman Gill doesn't really have faith in Shardul Thakur in the way that we have seen this series unfold. And yes, the sun is out. And once the sun is out, it starts to belt down.
Should we go in the shade?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I can't
The
take
cloud
this.
cover is still very much there on the other side. So you don't just see one side and say,
Oh, yeah.
it's all bright and sunny and sunny.
This is life. The sun is out over there, but look at how grey it is over there.
So it's
Completely
yeah,
blue on this side.
Yeah, this side is blue. The other side is totally dark and grey. That side. That is how it is at the moment. So the Vauxhall side, yeah, left में भी दिखाइएगा तो left में भी grey है, यहाँ भी grey है. In fact, पास में देखिए, black clouds, and then within this thing is blue. So that's what it is. It's not as if the sun is out, matlab everything is gone, no cloud cover, nothing like that. And the prediction, as we have multiple times reported to you, is for rain between 11 and 3 is what Gargi has done in her weather report. And I also checked the Met Department app in the morning. It was 70% in the high. It was 70% in the morning. Yeah.
Is Vokes ruled out?
Ideally should be. We haven't got confirmation yet. Let me ask Chris and figure this out. Ask Shormishta to go and ask Chris.
Yeah.
Let me just, because we need a formal this thing on.
How have they still not
Can
said
you ask
anything?
Chris Kerr or anybody there, what is the update on Chris Vokes? And quickly tell us, please. Yeah. Ask Chris Kerr, what is the update on Chris Vokes? Is he ruled out? Yeah, go. Just check from anybody at ECB that is there an update on Chris Vokes. Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, when we say go and ask Chris, we don't mean Chris Vokes. कि जाके Chris Vokes से
No,
पूछे, भाई तुम ruled out हो?
Chris Kerr is the England
media manager.
media guy. So we will ask Chris or we will ask Danny, because both Danny and Chris
Yeah.
can give us the information.
I think Danny can give us a better idea of what's going on. If rain will come, then will we still get पूरा गेम होगा, don't worry, बहुत टाइम है यहाँ पे.
7:30 तक तो होगा ही होगा.
7:30 प्लस एक्स्ट्रा आधा घंटा 8 बजे आप 12 बजे.
नहीं 8 बजे 7:30 is cut off.
Who was telling me yesterday कि 7:30 के बाद आधा घंटा एक्सटेंशन हो सकता
7
है.
के बाद आधा घंटा extension.
हाँ, that makes sense. ऐसे 8 बजे तक कैसे खेलोगे आप?
नहीं.
इस लाइट में कैसे खेलोगे?
नहीं.
Chance ही नहीं है.
7:30 is the cut off. 7 o'clock is game time, half an hour of extension, 7:30, and that's
Yes,
it.
that makes more sense. Um,
फिर तो आप यहाँ 9 बजे तक लाइट खेल लो, तो खेलते रहो पूरा दिन, पूरा रात,
सुबह
पागल
9
लोग।
से रात के 9
कम
बजे
ऑन
तक
है, तो
12
यहाँ पे
घंटा
8
आप
बजे से
खेलो.
रात का 10 बजे तक घूमते रहो.
No update.
So that's the formal information from the England media manager. He's saying no update yet. So to jump the gun and say ruled out or not ruled out would be premature.
Yeah,
Let's wait
we're
and see
not
what the
saying
England team
anything.
puts out.
All we're saying is it
Did not
doesn't
look
look
like.
good. His injury did not look good. उनका shoulder ऐसे उतरा हुआ, but he wouldn't play.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I mean, Jesh karo, because it's an official question. Of course, ask. Yeah, ask and tell me. Message me, don't call, because we are on the live. Yeah.
Okay.
But Chris Wokes did not look likely to bowl.
No,
I mean, anybody
it
comes
looked,
and says,
it looked pretty bad for Chris Wokes.
why do you
at that
think it
point.
happened? It happened because of the moist outfield?
No, I think what happened was when you're rolling and that roll that you're trying to do another call. When you're trying to do a tuck and roll, which is
Message
what
me,
we're
no.
which is what we're taught in cricket when you're trying to save a boundary, or especially taught that one tuck and roll dive.
What happened to this now?
I don't know. Did you have enough battery?
Yes.
Nothing. Give it a second. Give it a second. It happens sometimes. It happens to mine as well. Did it turn off or what? Oh, what has gone wrong? No, it's on.
It's on?
What's going on?
आप थोड़ा सा करो, मैं देखता हूँ इसका क्या हुआ.
Huh.
You need to unlock your iPhone first.
Unlock.
I didn't catch that.
But you can't see anything. What's the problem?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. So yeah, we were talking about the Chris Wokes injury. You know what? I'll ask her to call you again. Maybe the screen will light up. 1 second. Guys, bear with us for a second. Come? Yeah, it's done?
Hopefully, because it's coming on.
Yeah, it must have shut off because कुछ दब गया होगा फोन पे बात करते करते. You should, yeah.
आप बोलो, मैं इसको
Yeah.
देखता हूँ थोड़ा सा.
Now I was just talking about Chris Wokes and that tuck and roll dive went horribly wrong for Chris Wokes. So what usually happens is when you're trying to save that boundary, you flick the ball inside back into the ground, and you need to keep your shoulder close to your body and then roll over it. In Chris Wokes' case, his hand was like this, and the impact sort of it moves your joint, and that's like the last thing
group
that
is
you
saying
need
it's,
to.
he's going to be assessed again in the left shoulder. Unlikely he will play in the game. It's all there in the England WhatsApp group.
We're not in there.
We are not there. So, okay. So that's the update. Chris Wokes' update is this, that he's going to be assessed again in the left shoulder. Unlikely he will play any part in the game. That's the update.
Can you
Super.
forward that message to Neil so you can flash that on the bottom?
Okay. Okay, he's going to be assessed to Neil.
Neil.
Where is Neelu?
Neil, ये
Neil
message
Baba, I've sent
नीचे
it to you.
ये ticker में लगा दो please.
Thank you.
Okay. So the point that I was making, you're not supposed to have your hand out when you're trying to do that tuck and roll dive. You're supposed to have your hand close to your body so your shoulder is protected. What happened was, because his hand was there, the entire impact comes on your joint, or this muscle, this delt muscle that we say. So either he's dislocated his shoulder, because from the looks of it, it looked a little bit disoriented, the balance seemed off, or he's torn something in his pec. Now, I'm just speculating from the looks of it, from what it looked like and what I think must have happened, but it did not look good. That was a huge impact that he had on his shoulder, and it's very, very. I don't think it's likely that he will play in this test match, because if something has happened to this joint or this muscle, it's very difficult to lift your arm, and in order to do that for bowling, it's so difficult. Otherwise, he will have to pull off a Ben Stokes and try to do what Ben Stokes did in the last match. Not everyone can do that.
I think Chris Wokes' injury is more serious than Ben
Yeah,
Stokes.
yeah.
I mean, the kind of impact that we saw, the way he walked off, he was not even able to hold the hand. It looked
Wasn't
a
even
dislocated
able
thing. He
to
was
take off
crying,
his shoulder.
and the pain was
settle.
unbearable. He couldn't even get the thing
was
off.
crying?
And yeah. When he was walking off, he was in tears. That kind of pain. I don't think there he is. Neil has flashed it. I don't think Ben Stokes had that severe an injury. But again, I mean, if there is, look, these medical professionals these days and team support staff, you will not take even 1% chance with a player, because a player's career is far more important than, photo ta chala bo 100 bar chala, absolutely, play it. You cannot take a chance with anyone. Once again, I'll just tell Neil, yes. Yeah, please do.
हाँ वो सुन रहा है ना. नील बैनर में जाके टिकर में जाके नीचे ऐसे वो फिर वो ऐसे फ्लैश होता है, वहां जाके भी पेस्ट कर सकते हो ये मैसेज. Okay, but yeah, Chris Wokes, that injury did not look good. Like you said, there's only so much pain that you can bear on the field. It looked incredibly bad. The second that he was on that field, the second that I saw how it all happened, and it happened right in front of me like this, he was right there. But the impact that he had on his shoulder did not look good, and the fact and his reaction after it, like we gauged from Rishabh Pant's reaction how bad that injury was, and the same way we are also gauging Chris Wokes' injury from the reaction of the bowler. You said he was in tears. Now it takes a lot for an athlete to get to the point where there are
Couldn't.
tears
I mean,
coming
he
off
was,
his,
he
coming
was
off their eyes.
squinting.
Yeah.
He couldn't. I mean, he
And-
literally had
and
his
you
face
know-
down when he walked. You don't want to see that visual
anyone.
as a fan, as an analyst, as a journalist. That is the worst thing to see on a cricket field.
Yeah.
Or a sports field. An athlete going away because of an injury, Rishabh Pant in Manchester, Chris Wokes here in the Oval, and then you realize how fickle, things can be. These guys are superstars, and they're putting bodies on the line. That's why Jasprit Bumrah, they're putting bodies on the line, trying to do supernatural things. Fast bowling is actually against the laws of science.
Yes.
Fast bowling is against the laws of body science. And
The
ask
human
Bharat
body,
Arun. The human body is not ready for that.
Yeah.
The human body is not ready for fast bowling. Why do you think Jasprit Bumrah's injury quotient is higher? Because one, the human body is not ready for it, and second, Jasprit Bumrah has that awkward kind of action. So all of a sudden, you punch all of that together, and you have a cocktail that is an absolute recipe for injury. That's what happens with Bumrah. That's why he's so. How do we have to protect him with anything? That's how precious these
Prone to
fellows
injury.
are. Of course, he is prone to injury. There are certain players whose actions are prone to injury. Lakshya Sen's feet
Oh yeah.
prone to injury. You have to see the Murli Sri
Chirag's
Shankar.
back.
You will see Murli Sri Shankar, the way he jumped. Why do you think it happened? In history, Henry Rebello, 1948, one of India's greatest triple jumpers, hobbling away, medal missed, career gone. How many instances do you want? So when we keep criticizing people and say, that Jasprit Bumrah, why didn't he put his hand up? I've done a live today at 8 o'clock explaining the whole process. It's very easy to become critical of people and blast them and take them down on social media without knowing the real ground reality. So all I will say is, we are no one to influence your opinion. All we will say is urge a little bit of restraint. All we will say is just find out for yourselves, get to the bottom of the information, and then come and tell me what you want to. And it's fine. You make up your opinion. Don't make up your opinion based on what is popular on social media. What is popular on social media is mostly nonsense. That is why it's popular. Social media is a cesspit of filth. That's what it is. Social media exists because of negativity. That's what sells. Positivity doesn't sell on social media. Trolls sell. So when you make up your mind, I hope you're a serious watcher. Otherwise, you would go and watch some other platform and not ours. I hope you're an avid and serious watcher. Be a little restrained. Yesterday, I went and tried to check. I had asked my digital analytics team to send me the messages. There were 163 messages of abuse in 1.5 minutes for Gargi and me when we said, exactly.
Akashdeep.
Akashdeep wasn't playing.
Arey
We
baap
kept
re.
saying Akashdeep is there. And because the Indian team did not say that,
See, that was-
163
that was
messages in
their
a minute
goof
and a
up,
half.
not
Of course.
ours.
Of course it was their goof up.
It was their goof up.
It was 100% their goof up.
We've got to tell Shuman Gill in the next press
We must.
conference.
We
you.
because of at the series review, because of you, 163 messages in a minute and a half.
For us.
That's what it is. Some said we are idiots. That is also there.
Yeah.
Boy, that's social media and a cesspit of filth for you. But one of my favorite subjects to write.
Social media.
Of course,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
it. That's a thing of our
Do
generation.
you have that other thing? 10 a.m.
I should. Where is I
I don't
should.
see him, that's why
वो
I
आ जाएगा आ जाएगा. अभी time है.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go up a little bit. Weather conditions. For now, it's clear.
But the sun is not there anymore.
By clear, I don't mean that there's no overcast conditions. By clear, I mean there's no rain. There are overcast conditions. The sun peeks out for some moments. There are specks of blue in the sky. But starting 10 a.m., there is a 50% chance of precipitation, and then
But
from
वो देखो
11
नहीं
to
होगा.
3. एक बार check करे आज अगर change हुआ सुबह
हाँ
तो.
वो तो देख ही लो. करो करो.
I
करो.
don't know where it
ये,
is.
ये.
Did-
मैं वही खुला हुआ है because मैं
अच्छा.
बार-बार वही चेक कर रहा था. ये थोड़ा रिफ्रेश कर लीजिए.
I am 15 days away from my special day.
Ah, your birthday.
Yes. Oh, it's actually reduced.
हाँ, so कोई कुछ नहीं है अभी.
अरे फिर गाली पड़ेगी.
कुछ नहीं है. कितना बता दो अभी.
अभी 30% हो गया देखो.
12 बजे 30%, 11 बजे 10%, कुछ नहीं होने वाला.
10%.
1 बजे 50%, 2 बजे 60%. मतलब
ये भी नहीं होगा.
नहीं होना चाहिए. So
Bumrah
only chance
hasn't-
is between what happened?
Bumrah hasn't traveled in this team bus today. Okay. What? Stuart Broad ruled out. Stuart Broad was in the. I saw him in the morning. इसको जाके बताती हूँ. ये कह रहे हैं आपके बारे में. Will Sai and Karun continue in the 11 when Pant is back? Very difficult.
One of them will.
One of them will have to go.
Sai has done enough. I mean,
Sai
38
right,
at number 3, I thought was a gritty innings in difficult batting conditions. So why not?
Yeah. I was just. Who is this? Is this-
David Malcolm.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean, who is this? Arre,
Um,
David Malcolm.
okay. More questions here.
9 for 57.
It's official via England cricket. Wokes ruled out of the test. Is it official?
If it is, एक बार check कर लो.
Twitter check कर रही हूँ एक second.
But it looked likely. So whoever was saying he's there and he was, you can understand for yourself again that it was total nonsense. Further,
No further part in fifth test. We
yes.
told you.
So
We told you.
it was apparent. It was apparent
Look at
that
the wince on his face.
I told it was because it right happened in front of me.
Me too.
आप थे वहाँ पे because
हाँ,
मेरे
मेरे
सामने
सामने
हुआ.
हुआ, मेरे भी.
So रोहन को मैं भेजा नीचे जल्दी जाके फोटो ले because हम लोग जहाँ पे बैठे हैं मीडिया ओवरफ्लो वहाँ से थोड़ा सा नीचे था. So absolutely it looked very bad. Now, by the way, I believe, and this is me, I believe this was an external injury and England should have gotten a replacement. I absolutely believe ICC should take a look at this.
Yeah.
Saurav Ganguly's cricket committee should take a look at this. From what I understand, ICC will allow this in the October meeting. That is what update I had. I had put it out in the last video in one of our videos that is what will happen. And I am saying it again. Rishabh Pant was an external injury. Chris Wokes is an external injury. This gives India an advantage. This gives India a definite advantage in this test match, much like Rishabh Pant's unavailability had given England a massive advantage in Manchester. This one gives India an advantage, and you must not allow that. Level playing field has been breached because of an external injury which wasn't part of what we had expected. The player did not do it deliberately or hide anything when he went into the game. So you have to understand circumstances, you have to understand situations, and then take a call. I think the ICC Cricket Committee must allow injury replacements for external injuries to make sure that the spirit of cricket is not violated and the game stays a level playing field.
Kartik Sharma, hate this channel, bad channel. दूसरा देख लो यार.
अगर तुम हो तो होते, तुम्हें इतना ऑप्शन है, क्यों आके टाइम बर्बाद कर रहे हो? मत देखो.
Move on with your life, man. Anyway, yesterday in that press box, the second that Chris Woakes' injury happened and you realized how bad it was, I said, this is a dislocated shoulder, first of all. Looks like it, and it looks incredibly bad. He's not playing. I said it like in the next 15 seconds,
Oh, दिख गया
and
था.
people laughed at me. क्या बोल रही है? Now tell. Now अब बोलो.
No, I mean, because the moment वो तभी बोल दिया. हम लोग कल
ही
शाम
बोल
का
दिया
लाइव
था.
सोचिए ना आप कि we were calculating with why was I saying 60 runs to. I've done a column. I've done a column yesterday evening saying add 50-60 runs to India's second innings because Woakes will not be a part of this test match.
Yeah. Shreyanshi Singh is saying it's a coincidence, but in the third test match, Bashir took scale wicket and got injured. In fourth test, Stokes took his wicket and got injured. And now Woakes took his wicket and got injured. ये कैसा जादू है भाई?
उसको आउट मत करो.
Someone needs to tell KL this.
उसको आउट मत करो. आउट करोगे तो इंजरी हो जाएगा. आउट मत करो उसको. ये तो ब्लैक मैजिक हो गया. किसने बोला ये?
श्रेयांशी सिंह, ये तो
भाई ये
KL
ब्लैक
को भी
मैजिक
पता नहीं होगा कि
ये केएल
उसके
को नहीं
अंदर
पता.
ये
केएल को
जादू
बोल
है.
देंगे वो डर जाएगा. केएल को
ये
आज बोलेंगे.
भेजना.
केएल को मैं बोलता हूँ.
ये बोलना पड़ेगा केएल को. Okay. Sai Mahajan is saying Boria and Gargi, if India get to 300, it will be India's game. Akash and Siraj will enjoy bowling over here, absolutely. And Prasid has to step up. This is his kind of cricket, 100%. We said this yesterday as well.
एक बार फोन दो because उसको फोन कर लेते हैं.
मैं सवाल का सुलू.
ये लो.
नहीं ये लेती हूँ. अच्छा, oh my. Yeah, let me see. Chris Woakes is such a sweet guy, Fitmonk is saying. And a gentleman. Yesterday it was so painful to see him. Hope he is fine soon. Hope so too. Wishing him a speedy recovery. It's never nice watching an athlete get hurt like that. Okay, क्या इस मैच के रिजल्ट में बारिश इम्पैक्ट करेगी? Will it be a draw? नहीं, draw तो नहीं होगा. You will see a result. I think कोई चांस ही नहीं है ड्रॉ का अभी इस पॉइंट पे. रिजल्ट आपको मिल जाएगा, उसकी चिंता मत कीजिए. Ketan Nikam is saying, what will you say on Arshdeep? It could be best place and pitch for debut. What could be this could have been? If you're talking about this one, then Arshdeep did not play because his injury had not healed. And even if it was healed, there was a risk that if he gets impacted at the same place, his webbing would tear up again, which is why he did not play. It wasn't as if they did not want Arshdeep to not play. That was not the case. Tamila Rasan, India have the advantage with just 9 wickets to take. England are effectively 1 batter down, absolutely, and have only 3 fast bowlers, making it an even contest in the bowling. Yeah, that's what we've been saying, that now you're actually even Stevens. More questions. बहुत सारा spam है यार. Should Karun trust the tail to hang around to prolong the innings, or should he go gung-ho aggressive? Gung-ho aggressive जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. With 17 overs to go for the new ball, you can get the run rate up, but I would also again say that you do that in the overs of Joe Root and Jacob Bethel, not when Jamie Overton or Josh Tongue or Gus Atkinson are bowling. Josh Tongue and Jamie Overton will give you loose deliveries, and India has been punishing the looser deliveries that the 2 bowlers are giving. But again, you don't need to go extra aggressive, but because you have to think that you essentially only have an Akashdeep who could come in, who is capable of playing a longish innings, not Mohammad Siraj, not Prasidh Krishna. So you have to remember that there's only one good partnership that you can get out of the batting lineup now. One good partnership and one sort of from Akashdeep with a Washington Sundar or a Karun Nair. You can expect one from Akashdeep, but again, one only solid partnership. There's only one pure batter on that field now on the crease now. So you can't go gung-ho aggressive at this point in time. Um, Waiting for more questions. Why is Arshdeep Singh not playing? Why is Arshdeep Singh not playing? Arshdeep Singh is not playing because there's a risk of aggravating his injury. The stitches that he has on his webbing could be impacted if he gets hit again at the same place, and they did not want to risk that. That's why Arshdeep. There seems to be a huge misconception and misunderstanding when it comes to Arshdeep, because everyone thinks that he's not been handed the debut because of the combination or something like that, but that's not the case.
Absolutely not. And we have been reporting that on Rev Sports almost on a daily basis.
We
that
should. The shade has moved again. Yeah.
we have been reporting, by the way, the sun is kind of out behind us, you can see.
Yeah.
The sun is not as severe, because there is still a bit of cloud cover, but look at this side, Gargi, it's very blue now.
Yeah.
It's very blue. So I don't really
Even
see
this has cleared up.
I don't really see any chance of rain today.
Nah.
I don't, because the weather prediction is now much better. I think there is no real chance of rain. Maybe a drizzle around 1 p.m. or slightly then between 1 and 3 is what we just checked from the Met Department app. Nothing much after that or before that. So definitely an on-time start. Definitely the first session, at least the first star with that oldish ball will happen. And only after that is there any possibility. So around lunchish time. And if there is a drizzle or whatever, the lunch break will kind of absorb that. So I don't see the game getting much impacted today.
Neither do I. Singularity has sent us a super chat. He's saying the pitch doesn't have the demons predicted. What are you saying?
When you say that,
I
what do
don't
you
think-
mean? I thought
No.
there was every bit in it yesterday
Yes.
till the 55th, 60th over that the ball kept swinging.
The problem here is England could not utilize those conditions. The problem here is not the fact that the pitch is not giving you enough. For the first time in this test series, you saw swing till the very last ball of the day. I don't think we've seen that in the series.
कहाँ था?
कहाँ? नहीं
कोई
था।
एक मैच में भी नहीं।
पिछले मैच में कितना कोशिश किया बेन स्टोक्स अगर ने रिवर्स करवाने की कोशिश की, they were trying to get that ball rough on one side, but कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा था. Nothing. Also, for the first time in the last match, guess what was the one topic that you did not talk about?
Again another one. This one is a stray.
No. This is a.
देखो उसका
अरे नहीं,
left
वो जैक रसल है. टेरियर जो होते हैं ना, टेरियर्स, one of the terriers.
हाँ वो wolf type होता है ये.
Yes,
terrier
आप
ones.
लोग बताइए. What is the one thing that you did not talk about in the last match that we have been talking about throughout the series?
We haven't talked about in the last game.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The ball, the Duke's ball going soft and not being changed.
That didn't happen.
Exactly what I'm
That
saying.
didn't happen. I mean,
Not once was that gauge pulled out of their pockets.
That didn't happen. But whoever was saying that the ball did not move is wrong. The ball did move till the very last ball.
Yes, there were more than enough demons in that pitch yesterday, and it was actually very, very tough batting conditions out there. I would rate it as one of the truest English conditions that we've seen in the series so far. I don't think we saw conditions like these throughout the series. Yesterday, you were getting movement off the pitch. You got swing till the very last ball. Even after 40 plus overs, क्या हो गया? Even after 40 plus overs, you were getting that ball to swing, and we've never seen that before. Ojasvi Thapa, very good. Yes, ball change की बात नहीं हुई है. Did Michael Atherton just pass by me? Could have. This is where all the media entry and all is, so they do pass by. मुझे दिख नहीं रहे अभी, but गए होंगे, हो सकता है, because he's here enough. Sharan is saying, why don't they start the game early here in England? Is it some kind of a rule? They extend play, but why don't they start early like subcontinent? You know what? I will ask this because I don't have an answer to this, being very honest with you. Nagaraj Bhatt has sent us a super chat. Transient is saying, Gargi ma'am, I don't want sunlight to come and ease batting conditions for England. Okay. When you talk about, yeah, I actually got a call, and instead of hanging up, I accidentally answered it, which is why my audio went off for a second. Is the internet fine? The drama vault is saying huge thanks to Rev Sports for the fantastic coverage from day one of the test match. Till now, great work. Thank you so much, the drama vault. And now I want to show you guys the build up before we get to answering more questions. Look at this. Now I know that the internet is a bit choppy. That's because now suddenly you're seeing the crowd pour in. Look at how much crowd there is. So this queue is for a gate that is way over there. The gate is actually around here and over there. But the queues are so long here, and people are now. Look at this. I think my camera is a little too blurry for some reason. I wish I had a tissue paper to clean that up, but I do not. Okay, look at this. Look at the build up here. It's incredible how much Test cricket is celebrated in this country. And look at that. Look at that little kid on the street there. He's got a cricket bat. He's got his poster. He's all set and ready to go inside. And you know the best part? One of the best parts is when you just like randomly leave the press box once in a while to get a feel of the stadium, to get a feel of the stands and go outside. You see that randomly people inside will form groups. They don't even know each other, okay? They are complete strangers, and they will start playing cricket with each other in the middle of the stands. Not stands, but like the outside area. And there will be about 10, 20 different groups that are playing cricket with each other, and they will usually do it either they've brought a bat and ball from home, or you know those the small bats that you get, the miniature bats where you can get your autograph and everything. They buy that and they play cricket with that. So I think it's incredible how England um, it's incredible how England celebrate their cricket. But okay, back to the cricket. Did I miss any super chats? Okay. Shailendra Khare, there should not be a replacement for England or India or any other team. Otherwise, team will start faking the injury and take disadvantages. No, you can actually you you can set up rules like I think if you have a case like a Rishabh Pant, if you have a case like a Chris Wokes, you need to have a neutral medical team. Is this is my opinion? Is that you can have the ICC can have a neutral medical team that can rule out a player. You can't fake an injury. You can't fake a broken foot. You can't fake a dislocated shoulders. If you have scans, if you have doctors' reports, or a neutral medical team that can, substantiate that this is an injury that will rule out the player, and it is an external injury, it is an injury that you have gotten on the field, then it makes sense to have a substitute or a replacement. I think it can be done. Okay, more questions. India will go past 300. I think it is a little bit difficult. 300. I think honestly, Deepak G, timing depends on broadcaster and also whether. Oh yeah, that's also a good point here. India are missing a pace bowling all-rounder like Nitish Kumar Reddy. You definitely do miss him. Who could provide solid batting in good spells. But why is no one talking about NKR? Because he's injured and he's out. What are you going to do about it? He's he he's proved himself in the match that he played at Lords. He proved that he could get those breakthroughs that India desperately needed in that 13th over. He proved that he could move the ball. He proved that he could take advantage of the new ball and be very incredibly handy with the new ball, and also provide you a solid partnership with the bat. So I don't know what you can talk about him at this point, because he's out of the series. What are you going to do about it? It's not like you can bring him back. It's not like he has been benched. It's not like he has been dropped out of the team. He's injured and he's out. That's all. Will Sun quicken up pitch and help Indian bowlers? Mufasa is asking. Mufasa, definitely after, I think after, from tomorrow you should see the pitch flatten out a little bit. I think it will get easier for batting. And what happened there? It will get easier for batting, and I think the pitch will flatten out a little bit. Who is shouting at the back and what? They are the security personnel who are trying to, sort of disperse the crowd and not let the crowd gather in one place. And tell them, guide them about where the gates are. More questions. NKR is injured and back home. Suman Awasthi, we lost one too many wickets because of its many scoring opportunities we couldn't cash out on. We could have been 250 for 5. When was the last time 2 runouts are one of the biggest factors on deciding series result? Absolutely, Suman. And the thing is, this is a test series. This is not ODI. This is not IPL. So, defining run out moments in a test series is rare. And the fact that it happened twice, and the fact that it happened to the captain and the vice captain, two of the best batters in the series, two of the most impactful player in the series, makes it so bizarre for Team India. But again, you can't turn the tide now. You can't go back and turn back the clock. But Shubman Gill, that was an absolute brain fade moment. So was the Rishabh Pant moment. And like Boria has been saying for the past, since that Shubman Gill run out happened, that these 2 run outs will define the moment. And hopefully the Shubman Gill run out does not lead to India losing this match, because then you'll think back and you'll point to that particular moment when Shubman Gill was looking so good. He was looking effortless. And at that point, because there was so much rain in the morning, why I'm making this point is, there was so much rain in the morning. The outfield was incredibly wet. There was moisture on the field. Yet, when Shubman Gill was batting and he was connecting the shots so well, his shots were flawlessly going past the boundary, going past the line. And that's how you can tell how good his batting was, because he did not have to put in extra effort or extra strength into his shots. He was timing the shots so well that it was effortlessly going past the boundary on a wet outfield. That's how you know that he was looking super good. His defense was looking solid, but unfortunately a brain fade moment cost him the match. Cost him his wicket, not the match yet. Mehul Jani, good morning Gargi. Why weather and toss always favor England? काश मेरे पास इसका जवाब होता, सवाल नहीं सॉरी, काश मेरे पास इसका जवाब होता, लेकिन मेरे पास नहीं है. More questions. Where is Boria live on? He's on NDTV right now. India bowling, अच्छा ये तो ले लिया. Anurag Sharma is saying, remember my KL Rahul sign ball if you can. No promises at all here, because honestly, it's only Boria who can get you that memento. I smell samosas again. I swear it's the food inside. It's the food trucks, and there are quite a lot of Indian food trucks that actually sell samosas, which is why I keep smelling the samosas. How bad, Ketan Nikam is saying, how bad do you feel for Kuldeep not getting opportunity, or why do you think, why not Hardik Pandya include in test series like England, we need him? Okay, so let's take this in 2 parts. Kuldeep Yadav, is one of your premier spinners. You know that he doesn't need conditions to spin the ball. You know that he doesn't need conditions to turn the ball and get wickets and get breakthroughs. There is no doubt about Kuldeep Yadav's ability. There is no doubt about the fact that being a wrist spinner, and left arm. A wrist spinner gives him immense advantage over the conditions. He does not have to think about the conditions when he goes into the game. But the situation here is different. You have to understand what the think tank is actually thinking and what they're trying to strategize. At this point, let's go back to Leeds. The first test match, this is the first time that the Indian team is heading into a very important test series. It is the start of the WTC cycle. It is a new team. It is a team in transition. Shubman Gill is the new captain, a 25-year-old captain. And this is the first time you're seeing this combination happen. So obviously, without a Rohit Sharma, without a Virat Kohli, you want to have a little bit of cushion in the team. You want to have just a little bit assurance to see how things go. Now, I think that was completely fair, completely valid from the Indian management for the first two games. After the first two games, you realized, you know what, our batting is actually doing more than expected. It's actually clicking just fine. And then you thought, okay, let's try a Shardul Thakur. What is that guy shouting to sell? He's not selling. He's just dispersing the crowd. Anyway, in the third test, by the time you were in that third test, you realize, okay, we can try a Shardul Thakur. We can try a Nitish Kumar Reddy. But at this point, there was no place for Kuldeep Yadav because you wanted that extra cushion in your team. Kuldeep Yadav, unfortunately, does not give you the batting. Who gives you the batting? Shardul Thakur gives you batting. Washington Sundar gives you batting. And also, he also gives you, and you've seen what he can do with the ball as well. So there is no doubt about Washington Sundar and his place in the team. Do not doubt that. That does not leave any place for Kuldeep Yadav in the team. It's just a case of combination, team combination not giving enough space for Kuldeep Yadav. The other part of this question was Hardik Pandya. So Hardik Pandya, we all know, is incredibly prone to injury. And the fact that it's not like he's not being selected or the management is overlooking him. And it's not like Hardik Pandya is deceiving the management by keeping himself available and then not playing games. That is not the case. You have to understand that Hardik Pandya knows his body is not, it's not, he won't be able to withstand the rigors of Test cricket, which is why he makes himself unavailable for Test cricket. He's not being unfair. He's not deceiving anyone. He's not, he's not doing any of those things. Hardik Pandya is just unavailable for selection, knowing that his body can't withstand it. And I think that's completely fair. That's how it is. Okay, there's a long answer. More questions here. Can England still think about saving this test? Why can't they? They can save it with the bat, I think. Now let's see if they are actually able to do that. What is that guy shouting? यार डरो मत, कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं वो सबको बता रहे हैं गेट कहाँ पे कि इधर आइए. When someone is looking lost, he calls them कि ये गेट है. That's all he's doing. डरो मत आप सब, डरो मत. चिल्लाने से डरना नहीं. Shailendra Khare, thought. Give me the thought. There should not be a replacement. अच्छा ये तो ले लिया. ये question हमने ले लिया था. Do you think Shubman Gill wicket was a turning point in this match, in this innings? Yeah. But also at the same time, I don't think all is not lost for India. I think they can still save the game. It is on Karun Nair and Washington Sundar, honestly, at this point. If they are able to contribute another 30-40 runs, then Akashdeep can come in and contribute another 10-15 runs, then I think that's a competitive total here without a Chris Wokes. I'm trying to get more questions. Hardik Pandya can surely... AMN is saying Hardik Pandya can surely play Test cricket, but he never wanted to. That's just the clear answer. I suppose you can't speak in that sense, but we definitely know what is going on in his mind because his body is not ready for the rigors of Test cricket. That's it. He will play. Do you think Hardik Pandya will be able to? And that's just the reality. I'm not throwing shade at Hardik Pandya. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything bad about him. It's just the reality, and which is why Hardik Pandya does not play Test cricket. I think that's fair. What's the problem in that? He's not lying. He's not. He's just making himself unavailable. I don't see anything wrong with that. And the other formats that he does play, he does it brilliantly for India. So why are we complaining? It's just that, and I understand where this is coming from. I understand that this is coming from the perspective of the nation, from the perspective of the team, that you need someone like a Hardik Pandya, and he's not there for you when you need him. But you also have to think from his perspective that if he does play, his body is gone. He's very injury prone. He won't be able to withstand a 5-match test series. Um, Tamila Rasan at the Oval. The pitch tends to get better for batting in the last 2 days. Will this give England the edge to chase down any target with their baseball approach? Will they try the baseball approach though? I don't think you'll be able to do that, only because the ball is swinging. You're getting a lot of swing. Even though sun peaks out, it's still pretty overcast. It will be pretty overcast for the entire day. So that should suit the Indian. धूप आ गई क्या? थोड़ी आती है फिर चली जाती है, आती है चली जाती है, अभी नहीं है. Thoughts on कहाँ गया यार? Where am I from? I'm from Delhi. नए questions कहाँ गए? Can in oof, where did it go? Can England outplay India in their batting innings? They will want to do that, but will they be able to do that? Because you have a Mohammad Siraj, you have an Akashdeep. Both of them will make very good use of these conditions, and my money is on Akashdeep to sort of relish these conditions. He will swing the ball both ways. He is very consistent with his line and length, and you saw that, when you bowl the right areas on this wicket, it is incredibly dangerous. And I think with Mohammad Siraj and Akashdeep, you have two bowlers there who can swing the ball around and sort of bowl the right areas, bowl consistent lines, and get those wickets. Then you have a Prasidh Krishna who can also extract that bounce, because you have a green top, you can extract a lot of bounce. And you saw yesterday as well, there were some deliveries that just jacked up, and that's what you need. Prasidh Krishna, I think the only problem here is consistency, and if he's able to bowl like he did back in Edgbaston, slightly better than that, then you have a really, really good bowling lineup. And then add to the fact that when the ball gets old, you have a Washington Sundar who will get drift, you have a Ravindra Jadeja who will bowl those quick overs and get things over with for India. ECB confirms that Wokes is out of the test. Yes, they have confirmed. It's all spam again. Did my audio go again? Second. I keep getting calls from someone. Okay. What's that? Anyway, back. Great. Prasidh Pfeiffer loading. You know what? I'd love to see that happen. I'd love to see that happen. More questions. Guys, send some new questions here. The sound had gone because I again got a call and I didn't realize. Okay, let's see. So there will be one batter less in England. Yes, Divi Modi, that is exactly what will happen. And Chris Wokes can cause some serious damage. He's not the conventional number 8 is where he comes at. Number 8-9 batter. He bats very, very well. Remember, what what match was that where Bryden Cast Chris Wokes partnership just sort of took the game away from India? So he's able to do that. He can bat very, very long. All right, more questions. Gargiji, as a cricket lover, what to do till Asia Cup? Suddenly, a dry period where there is no cricket. Watch other sports. Mm, okay, okay, okay. More questions, more questions. I can't find anything. Let's just talk about the weather and the build-up. There we go. There we go. Look at the clouds. Now you can actually see that even though there are clouds in the sky, I won't lie, but at the same time, these are not the clouds that will pour, and I don't see a lot of rain in the day anymore. This is what it is like right now. What do you make of it? I don't think there's going to be much rain. It is overcast. It is quite windy, but it's nothing like yesterday. Yesterday it was completely grey, and it was grey in the morning, but it's not anymore, and it looks quite good, honestly. And it looks like good conditions to be playing some cricket, some good quality cricket. This is the final test match. You want to see a good contest happening and end on a high, and hopefully the series going India's way 2-2. And wouldn't that be the perfect end? India 2-2, Shubman Gill first series as the test captain, so many young players, a team that was written off, a coach that got so many galis before. Uh, your rain fakery exposed. Arey Baba, मैं थोड़ी prediction बनाती हूँ. You have to understand, Rajendra Vandre, whatever your name is, that I don't make the predictions. I see what the weather apps are saying and I say that, so that we can gauge or we can get an idea of what the prediction is going to look like tomorrow. I am not a weather expert. I am not sitting in the Met department and then whatever Met people in the Met department do, check the clouds or the winds or whatever, and then decide what the chances of precipitation are going to be. I'm not coming up with all of that. I am telling you after looking at the Met department, after looking at three or four other weather apps about what is going to go on. So please. Anyway. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. What about Arshdeep? Is he fit? He's not fit. The problem is he had cut this webbing. So when he, ahead of the, what game was that? Ahead of Manchester, I think, when they were in Beckenham. Yes, when the Indian team was practicing in Beckenham, when there was a long gap between the Edgbaston and the Manchester Test. Oh, sorry, Lords and the Manchester Test. When they went back to Beckenham in that net session, Arshdeep Singh got hit with a shot, and this is what he tore. If I'm not wrong, he got stitches there, and the problem here is it's a uh, preventative method or something like that, where Arshdeep Singh is not being played, because if he gets injured or if any shot impacts him at the same place again, he will tear that webbing again, and which is not something.
People hang their medals after they go back, like Mohammad Siraj, that ball.
Okay.
Their medals that they have won, the man of the
Yes,
match, the
yes.
bat. You should hang these two leather jackets as your badge of honor.
See, I only brought two because you told me, "अरे बहुत गर्मी होगी."
You Gargi will go home, and these two leather jackets will have a pride of place in her wardrobe.
Why is Shubhayan waving at me?
Hey, bhai, hi. Without Chris Wokes,
Oh, big
how
loss.
big?
I think Ben Stokes will go back to his comment and Ben Stokes will go back to his comment
And change it.
Yeah.
and think whether he was wrong or not. But again, it's a big
Huge
blow
blow.
because Gus Atkinson. That's what I was telling in our Hindi live. Gus Atkinson, Jamie Overton, Joshton. They can't bowl long.
No.
Plus, these two, Overton and Atkinson, Overton and Josh are
Down.
not consistent.
No, not consistent. So they can't bowl long spells. That's the big key. They still have to bowl 16 overs with the old ball. I am pretty sure after 8 overs, 4 overs spell, they will go to Jacob Bethel
Bethel
and
and Root.
Joe Root and open up the field so that Karun and Washington, if they are still there, they won't be able to score quick runs. But that's an opportunity for India to make the scorebook board tick a bit faster in that 6-8 overs, which whatever they bowl. After that, a new ball spell, 1 hour again, the same drill. But without Chris Vokes, it's a huge blow because they will not only lose a bowler, they will lose a capable
All-rounder.
batter down the order. Anything above 300, if they can get as close to 300, I think India will have charge. In this.
I have said 275. Gargi is talking about 250, 260. That will also, without Vokes, be competitive, is all what we are saying. So, what's your prediction? Can India get to 275?
Looking at the sun, I think it's the best batting type so far.
With the old ball.
300, I'm going with 300.
300?
300.
I'm going with-
Karun expecting to score
270.
big.
I'm expecting 270, 275.
Yeah, 260, 270.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
close the show on this note that all of us are very positive about where India can head, and all of us believe that the loss of Chris Wokes, more in the second innings for England, because India's second innings will be day 3, day 4, because there will be a result, as it happens in most test matches. Second innings, India without Chris Wokes, they will have a huge advantage against England. So this match is nicely set up. England's advantage has been nullified by the Wokes news. None of us want to see that happen. So Ben Stokes, kindly revise your opinion and agree to an external injury replacement, because you were wrong there. On that note, let's finish. We'll be back at lunch. And by the way, blue skies, no rain expected till lunch. So wait for us. Hopefully, waitfully. This is a new word.
Great.
No, hopefully we are going to be back at lunch without any rain. Thanks very much for watching. So, Baba, jao ja.